Good morning. It is an unprecedented day. It's 6:30 a.m. because I woke up uh, oddly enough well rested. I was awake, and I saw something. I was shocked. Of course, by now you've all heard about the horrific, tragic death of Charlie Kirk. Regardless of what I don't bring politics into comics if I can avoid it, because it's not what we're here for. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter. I just don't. Uh, but this is comic related and very interesting. And it's all over Twitter right now. DC has canceled the Red Hood series that just came out yesterday, Wednesday. Uh, they gave it a statement. DC Comics, we place the highest value on our creators and community and affirm the right to peaceful individual expression of, sorry about that, individual personal viewpoints. Posts or public comments that can be viewed as promoting hostility or violence are inconsistent with DC standards of conduct. So basically, what happened is the writer for this comic, so they're gone, bye, fired. She said something horrific, and it is not what DC Comics wants to be. They don't want to represent that, so they fire the writer. But what's interesting is they've canceled the comic, and reportedly, I will find out later if this is true. Reportedly, they're going to refund us, the retailers, for all the issues we bought. Now, I didn't pay much attention to the writer when I ordered the book. I was like, well, the Batman's always good, right? Red Hood's an interesting character. Let's see what they do with Red Hood. So we ordered a few issues. Had some good covers, and you know, nobody ordered it. Maybe they knew who the writer was. I didn't know who the writer was. I wasn't paying attention to the writer. Maybe that makes me a bad guy. I don't know. I don't see writers. I just see the expression of art now. But this is bad and horrible and good at the same time. This terrible person said terrible things on the internet, and DC, her employer, is holding her accountable in saying that if this is who you are. Now, granted, I did a deep dive. I mean, like, granted, they have erased like all of their tweets up until last year because I went and I checked out. I wanted to see for myself. I went and I checked out this Gretchen's profile, and they have released or deleted, like, the most recent tweet I could find was like 2024. So it was all gone, or maybe they don't go on there very often. But yeah, you say horrible things, you get fired. Just like that Karen who stole that ball out of that kid's hand. Well, we thought that was bad. And I'm sure there's lots of far left psychotic nut jobs out there that wish death on people all the time. And there's people on the far right who are just out there, psychotic people who wish death on other people. Don't wish death on people. We get what, 80, 90 years, maybe 100 if we're super lucky and our bodies aren't falling apart. That's all you get on this little blue dot in God's expanding universe. And we're wishing death on people because of what they say. It's not like he was out there with a baseball bat beating up trans people or whoever he was talking about. This person happens to be trans. I'm assuming that's why they're mad. No, he was telling people things, and this upset people. Words hurt them, and then this is what happens. Now, I'm not saying the shooter was trans. I'm just, this person happens to be trans. But they got fired from DC, and they no longer have that job, and it's because they said terrible things, and you can't do that working for a company anyway. Just the fact that they canceled the comic, I was like, wow, they canceled this comic. I didn't even have a chance to read the son bitch. I think it's in my box, and I got it because it's Red Hood. I like the Red Hood character, and I know this is a shameful thing to say as a comic guy, but I am also one of those people who will buy a comic just because the cover's pretty. I like art, and I think I have two of the foil copies. Kyung I think is why I picked them up, because I've been picking up their art. Really good stuff. But yeah, so yeah, backlash over this. There's the comic right there. There's the Gretchen. Uh, DC cancels after one issue. What else has Twitter got to say today? Anything else? No, it's mostly just DC comic trans. And of course, I'm trying not to put the emphasis on their lifestyle, but of course, as you know, journalism is as journalism does, and headlines are as they do, and blah 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 blah. Something educated that I didn't get from college. They are going to write the narrative that it's gonna start trans writer, transgender, and it's like, you know what? Being a hateful, spiteful person and saying terrible things and being rude and inconsiderate. I mean, I'm a dad. There's a lot of you out there that are dad. I know my viewers are probably dads. I have known someone who's gone through the loss of their parents. And you think, well, you know, after a few years, you get over something like that. It's not true. That's not true. If you're not a member of what I have been told, that club, losing someone like that, losing a parent at a very young age so that you don't have them in your life anymore, while you're growing up and while you're becoming, you know, a mature, responsible adult, what you don't understand is that his poor children growing up without their father, not because he left them, but because he was taken from them. Every single thing that they do, because they're young kids, every single thing that they do in their life now will be overshadowed by this. My dad wasn't there to see it. My dad didn't see me win the basketball game with my kick-ass three-pointer, or recite my musical performance that I worked really hard on, or he didn't see me, you know, make the National Honor Society as a freshman, or, you know, whatever accomplishments you have growing up. Every time, you know, let's take this stupid bitch off the fucking screen. All right, there. You don't want to see her, that person anyway. Every time the child, his daughter's son, accomplishes anything in life, the mom will be like, I wish your dad was here to see this. And of course, he was a very faithful person, so I'm sure that that will be somewhat comforting, because we know that they're looking down upon us. I mean, you know, but every time his kids accomplish anything, it'll be overshadowed by the fact that my dad wasn't here to share it with me. I mean, who I'm talking about, it's my wife. Every time she accomplishes anything, I know in her heart she wishes her dad or her mom, she could share that with them, because that's who meant the most to her. And those are the only people in her life that she wants to make proud. I mean, she makes me proud every day. She makes the kids proud every day. But now Charlie Kirk's kids are going to go through that the rest of their lives. Who knows if they'll ever move on. And boy, howdy, wouldn't it be nice if we got a nice piece of paper that told us the motives from the shooter, why they decided to do this, why they, you know, premeditated murder, assassination. Now, as far as, you know, punishment for people who are terrible, this Gretchen person has already been punished. I can tell. I mean, if you work in an industry and then you've been fired publicly for what you said, and then the entire internet comes out to bash the shit out of you. I mean, I all the comments that you see. I mean, I went to the latest. I don't know how to use Twitter X very well, so I went to the latest after searching her name, and I found all these things. And I don't see anybody coming out going, well, what she did was good. And, you know, there it is. There it is, boys and girls. Fuck around and find out.
God bless you guys. Thank you so much.